What up, guys? You know who it is. It's your boy John Mike back again. And today we're here with the master, MD, producer,
You're way too kind.
your favorite bass player, Morgan Turner. But I got something special for you today because maybe something that you're not even expecting, because he has, even though he's got his regular hat on, he's actually got his producer hat on, which is going to be crazy because he's opening up this session that you may not have known that he, produced. And what you was just telling me, which was a shock to me, you actually mixed this record again as well as, right? So that's Lord Do It For Me by Zacardi Cortez. This is the one that's getting y'all all the Stellars, the Grams.
Between this song and You've Been Good To Me, they were kind of the Lord Do It For Me was the song from social media that took off. That was the viral one, but the one that actually took us to the Grammys was You've Been Good. That was that one. But and then the whole album itself, we won for a traditional album of the year that year in the Stellar. So it was like it was
the award-winning song, right?
This is
the
one of the two.
Was this the expectation of this record, or was it just
honestly we didn't know, man. We didn't know. The goal was for me to have Cardi sing songs not to prove that he could sing, but to have songs that could be sung by others.
Wow.
Because we know he's one of the most phenomenal singers ever. But I think just from my standpoint, as not just a producer, but also a minister of music at the church, I'm always looking for material for either the choir or praise team. And one of the most missed audiences is always the Sunday morning crowd.
Absolutely.
Because we shouldn't still have to go back 30 years to get a Sunday morning set. And nothing's wrong with that, because I love that stuff.
Classics.
But I want to be in a state where we're putting music together that people can sing now and it be relevant now, but it also be able to stretch across multiple spaces of age ranges in church. So everybody has a Lord Do It For Me. Whatever it is, at some point you've had a Lord, I need you to do it for me.
Wow.
So
super dope. So tell me a little bit about the production of this record. So did you also engineer, record it, or who did
so it was recorded by Dole.
Okay.
I'm out of Dole. We recorded it live in Memphis. So pretty much it was captured very, very well between the live night, and really we didn't do any pre-pro for the session at all.
Really?
Because I had an amazing team. So I had myself, I had Tyrone Bell on mains, I had Marcus Callion on organ, I had Sean Alexander on aux, who got 8 arms already. So what do you need pre-made aux for when you got somebody that has 6 different boards and he's good to go? Then I had CJ Thompson on drums, nothing else to discuss, and then Jawan Diggs on guitar. So it was already like a 60% band chemistry from me and CJ, Sean, and Juan from John P. Key. Then I had me and Tyrone's relationship from working with the Walls group and Brian Courtney Wilson. And then that was me and Marcus's first session. So pretty much he was the new guy in the bunch. But I kind of already knew everybody knew how to manage themselves in their space. It was just my job to make whatever Cardi wanted, to happen. Like, as simple as this song was, I'm like, okay, where can this song go to kind of make sense in the bigger picture after the night? Nice. So it was, you'll hear elements of Prince in the song. You'll hear elements of real old school church. Almost is kind of the start of the song, almost would remind you of old devotional style.
Yeah.
Where somebody would just stand up and it's like, Lord, do it for me. That we don't hear that much anymore. And especially in records now, organ don't get no love. Not as much as it should. So I'm also the producer that everybody in the band is going to have a moment that is your moment. And with that moment, how do you want to be remembered?
Yes.
So that was Marcus's moment. I'm like, look, most of the songs they're up, but there's really no organ moments until now. So
that's good.
And his approach was so mature because he wasn't there to prove that he could play. He was there to serve the song. So his approach on this was just perfect. And then as the song progressed, you'll hear elements of, tribute to like Paul Morton and Prince. And so we used a bunch of just elements that almost have this nostalgic feel that's going to make people feel like they've heard this song before.
Yeah.
But it's like, I've never heard this song, but for some reason I'm connecting with it a lot quicker.
Nice.
So
this is dope. This is
yeah.
dope. So how did the arrangement come about? Like, did you do the arrangement? Who's really responsible for
actually the initial coming together arrangement was with Marcus and Cardi, because they had been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
And so when they brought it to the table, they said, well, this is the basics of the song. So I said, okay, so as it developed, Cardi just started singing more verses. And then once he kind of sung it once or twice, I'm like, it kind of don't need more than that. Because that's the message right there.
Yeah.
So more so than anything, once again, Cardi, you ain't got to prove you can sing. We just need to make sure that whatever you sing can be singable.
Nice.
So that was the approach. So it was a very simple arrangement from the rip. And then, once I got with the guys, it's like, okay, y'all, let's approach this from not the point that everybody's like, oh, Morgan played this, oh, Sean played this. If the average church band at, Hillcrest Baptist Church had to play this song, could they play it?
Yeah.
Because one thing that we do know is sometimes the difficulty of music can turn people away from learning it. So with this approach, it was more so of, we need everybody to be able to play this song.
Nice.
Even from down to the guitar solo. Juan did an absolutely amazing, phenomenal job, but he made it consumer friendly enough so that way it's like, the average guitar player at church, if you take a solo, you know the space that you had to do it, it just worked. Vocally, 3-part harmony. Ain't a whole bunch of seconds. It's straight 3-part harmony work. So we kind of took the most elementary approach for this song to, kind of make it more palatable for the consumers to digest it.
I love it. So, man, take us through the song, man. How to work us through it.
Man, look, so really, and it's funny because, me mixing it and then going back to look at it now, it's like, wow, seriously. So even when we start with it, like I said, with it being a live recording, I wanted to make sure that the room was just as much a part of the record as possible.
Yeah.
So even like when you get around to like his second verse, it's so funny because Cardi is a real dude at the end of the day. You'll hear him sniggle in the middle of his verse.
Yeah.
You're like, why is he laughing? Because somebody said something crazy in the audience. But here's the thing. You hear it, but you don't hear it. Yeah. But it was loud enough for him to hear. So I'm like, those elements of what really happened, I don't want to ever take those away. And like when I say he paced himself very, very well on this, but it was so in the moment, he did no overdubs.
Wow. So there's no overdubs on it.
There's no overdubs whatsoever. This is all that. Wow. Like right here, he's about to laugh because he heard somebody say something and he just jumped right back in. But like little elements like that really breathe character into albums and that stuff, like, that you try to remember. So of course the band is about to drop. Straightforward.
Do it for me. Lord, I need you to do it right now. I can't wait till tomorrow to do it for
Everybody
me.
can play that.
Exactly.
Everybody can play that. I'm not a piano player and I can play that. So really as the song progresses, you'll hear it build. And just really for me, the room started catching on. And it started, the more he sung it, it was like, all right, Lord, do it for me. Now he changed the words to Lord, fix it. Lord, fix it for me. So with every round, it started connecting with the room in more spaces. So by the time we get to the build up,
everybody's already into it.
Everybody's already there. So, it was almost like we built the song in 3 phases, from like devotional to now that person singing devotional and got to the front of the building.
Yeah.
They're singing at the podium next to the deacon. Yeah. Then by the time the band starts building it right here, now the whole church is on their feet. Real good. simple harmonies. It's almost like find your part and sing type of situation.
So yeah, that's cool. That's dope, man. I love the way the vibe of it is. Like you said, it's a simple song because anybody can kind of pick it up.
Absolutely.
And like your choir, your praise team, your whatever, it just fits whatever moment.
Absolutely.
It's an altar call song.
Right. Right.
So it's a right before the sermon song. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just one of them type vibes.
It's a concert song.
It's a concert song. So I think and so you guys you kept the production relatively simple because like there's no like loop or anything in here.
No, honestly, the loop.
Did y'all even play it to a click?
Yeah, we legit played to a metronome. So even from a loop perspective, I'm pretty much living here with just snaps.
Wow, that's all that was in there. Like no shaker, no.
Nope.
Just a snap.
Nope. Just a snap because once again, I don't need the.
Yeah.
It's like. CJ is giving me enough space with everything that he's doing to make it make sense in the big scheme of everything. So it's like, all right, bet if I'm just doing, my do this real quick. I don't know why this always does it. Thank God.
It's right there.
Bang, there we go. So really how CJ is playing it, he's playing it open.
Yeah.
So So I don't need nothing getting in his way. That's all that was needed.
Yeah.
And he's a human metronome anyway.
Man, who you saying?
So pretty much give him a metronome and you're good to go. Everything's going to be filled. So really, I thought about adding a loop in it, and you can actually see I had the loop muted because I got to a point I was like, I don't need it.
Don't need it.
I don't need it.
Just leaves good by itself.
Leave it there. Maybe a couple little impact swooshes here and there with some chime type situation going on.
Makes sense.
But that's about it. But other than that, is nothing constant that's going to get in his way.
Yeah.
Because we wanted it to feel open and not necessarily that there was a machine driving us.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
That was the goal for me. But and once we even got to, we knew in rehearsal that Cardi was going to call for a solo from Juan.
Yeah.
And every day the solo changed. So we didn't know how he was going to approach it. But by the time we get to his solo, it's like, that's why you were trying to make sense. He was legit storytelling because he starts off very, very slow before he gets to his moment.
Yeah, his moment. Yeah.
So actually his moment is back here.
Now I just need everybody in here tonight to lift your hands. If you need God to...
Man,
but he's at the church. Church I was at half life. So yeah, Juan was on.
CJ Mercer.
Mercer was on bass. Juan on guitar. Yeah, crazy. Man.
Yeah, so crazy. So Juan one thing I loved about Juan's approach to this, it almost reminded me of slide guitar approach. It was very soulful, melodic, but it definitely didn't lean towards the musician woo corner.
Yeah.
It didn't lean to that. Yeah. It lent to the, oh my gosh, as a consumer who really has never played music in a life, I can appreciate this guitar solo.
Yeah. Yeah.
It works in the context of the big picture. It sits right there. It gets out the way when Cardi comes back in. It's like, oh yeah, this is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, and you don't see that much, and we don't have guitar solos much more in gospel and just in modern, like the modern stuff that we have. You don't hear that a lot. Like, like you said, it's almost like that Prince Purple Rain moment.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't have that in music anymore.
And we know that's everybody has heard those type of songs from Purple Rain, rock, from Jimi Hendrix to blues, all that stuff. it's in our DNA. So why not use that element? You know, if people can use 808s in their music, why can't we use this element?
Yeah. And I think there's something to it, bringing that element back of just let the guitar player get something.
Yeah, and it's especially if you have a good one. Yeah, let him go.
Yeah, let him go.
Let him go for sure.
That's so dope. Now, as far as this is very stripped down production, which says a whole lot in of itself. That it's not like 150 tracks of like this, that, and the other, but like as far as like aux, like there's not like a lot going on in terms of aux. Like you said, Sean did aux.
Yeah, Sean did aux, and really it was very, very minimal. Now the crazy thing is, imagine him playing all of this simultaneously.
So this is all real time aux. This is in post.
This is all real time aux. So Sean has this thing about his brain where he can, of course, zone out any keyboard to do what he needs to do, but he knows where everything is. It's the weirdest thing to see, but it's genius of it. So if he has 6 boards up there, it's almost like he has 10 to 12 boards because stuff is zoned out.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, this half is bells, this half is orc hits, this half is lead, this half is that. But he just knows how to move around there in real time and still get what he needs to get. And I'm like, man, you're still playing this while playing your string pad. So
mixing is a very, very hard art to master. I know because I've been trying to master this art for several years. That is one of the reasons why I do Mix Mondays. It's a learning environment, and every mix that I do, I learn something new. And I've taken everything that I've learned over the years and we have poured it into our mixing templates. Mixing templates are a great starting place, and we have created several templates that allow you to get up and going quickly, and we have created them for Logic Pro X, we have created them for Pro Tools, for Studio One, for Ableton Live, and so many others. So if you're interested in taking your mixing to the next level, or even just getting started, make sure you check out these links down below in the description of this video and grab your template today. All right, back to the show. So all this is real time.
I would love to see his programming for this, but when I got his files back, this is all his stuff.
This was all real time on stage.
This is all real time on stage. Not missing a beat. But once again, it's not a whole bunch of It's stuff that's spaced out.
Wow. Like to be able to.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. So it was something that was MIDI to his lead and his bell patch. I don't even know how he did it, but
wow.
Absolutely amazing. But that's the genius of having team members like that.
Yeah.
Because I also, as a producer, believe in, realistic experiences. I hate going to live recordings or albums and only seeing, a 4-piece band on stage. Then when I hear the album, it's horns, 6 guitars, and I'm like, all right, y'all, that really didn't happen.
Yeah, that really happened.
I'm a purist to an extent. So it's like, if I see it, then it happened. I understand some stuff, some people can't afford stuff in real time. So post, absolutely, that's just the world we live in. But for this album, I'm like, the goal is for nobody to have to come back and do anything post.
Nice.
What happened that night should be, we were well rehearsed. It should be good enough to make the album do what it's going to do.
Man, that's producing, bro. That's good producing, bro. I love that. So that's the arrangement. Is there any other thing in there that's because I know you had to. So did y'all do it? Y'all didn't do any overdubs for like BGVs or anything?
Mm-mm.
So this is all BGVs from the night.
So pretty much we did pre-record the BGVs on like 2 days before the session. They pre-recorded everything, but the other good thing was I was able to keep all of their live vocals as well.
Wow. So you have a blend of
all of their BGVs and everything. And when I say they are singers, it was some of his family members.
Lord, do it
Wow.
Like just clean, real straight. And the approach for them, when I was like, I want y'all to sing the right notes, but sing as if you all are spread out over a congregation.
Yeah.
And you all are just like singing your part.
Wow.
So yeah, there's some times where you hear a soprano do a little extra move, a tenor do an extra move. That's intentional because that brought a different character element to not make it seem like it was perfect and planned.
Yeah.
So that was the whole approach for this.
That's dope. That's crazy. Super dope. So, okay. So what about the mix? Talk us through the mix. Like, what's the mix process on this?
Okay, so the initial mix process on this was I didn't plan on mixing it.
Okay.
I did not plan on mixing this at all. My initial thought, because I'm like, okay, you know, Cardi's always had his stuff mixed by Yash.
Yeah.
That was just the standard. So I said, let me at least get it to a point where I can tell Yash that this is the idea I'm going for.
Got it.
This
so you're
is
just doing your rough mix.
I'm doing my rough mix. This is the basic idea of where I want my starting block to be.
Yeah.
So another one of my mixing mentors, Kevin Kelly, I sent it to him just to listen to it. And when he listened to it, he said, man, who mixed this? I said, me. He said, I don't think you need to send this to Yash. I said, no, Kev, ain't no way. And, no, he said, no, few little things here and there.
Yeah,
and
that's
I think
Kevin.
And I think you got something. So big shout out to Kevin for really encouraging me and pushing me to go through with it. Because what I do love about it is it's not anybody else's sound through their fingers. This is what I think the record should sound like.
Wow.
You know, and that was for me with everything that happened from the success of, you know, the Stellars, Dove, and Grammys and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It let me know that, you know, what I'm doing makes me qualified enough.
Yeah.
To get it there. I'm like, okay, it's, you know, it might not be the Yash sound, the Blast sound, you know, the Aaron sound, but it's my sound, and it's okay.
Yes.
Because once again, we don't need carbon copies of anybody else.
No, one of one.
One of one. So
man,
that kind of just sparked the whole thing for me.
Like I told you, when you told me that you mixed it, which was a few minutes before we started this, I was like, really? Because I assumed Yash mixed it. I really did. I assumed that Yash mixed it because, I mean, you know, typically Zacardi record is usually produced by Aaron, you know, at least it is traditionally, like he's been using, like he's used Aaron on some stuff and then Yash will mix it. So in my mind, in the ethos, I thought like, oh, you know,
right, it's the normal,
it's the home team,
thing.
You know, it's the regular people, you know, normal order. Number that. Then when you told me, I was like, what?
Yeah, man, it was.
So that's crazy.
It was a leap of faith too, man, because I really, you know, and we were talking earlier when I listen to other people's mixes, I'm like, man, they just got this thing that I don't have. But then I'm always encouraged when people listen to this album and other stuff that I've had my hand in mixing. They're like, man, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So once again, it's all perspective, and I think sometimes we can be our worst critic at times.
Definitely. But I think all my stuff sounds terrible.
It sounds like
absolutely
terrible. Your stuff does not sound terrible.
Sounds terrible.
Not at all. Terrible. Not at all, man. But I'll say this record really gave me a level of confidence and humility at the same time to know that it's like, man, you know, just do what you do. Yeah. And then it's going to be for the people that it needs to be for.
Absolutely.
You know.
That's super dope. So yeah, so walk us through your mix and how you made this do what it do.
Man, so of course I'm always looking. I'm a color coded guy. I gotta see everything. So first of all, I have to give shout out to CJ Thompson, who really helped, you know, shape the way these drums came through the record. But you know, once again, it's very, very simple stuff. One of my biggest things that I learned from my brother Ryland Anderson, who was another amazing mixing engineer. One concept is I always start my chain off with this Puktet you know, on top, because the idea is, if I had to send everything through a console, what would I want that console to be?
I love it. Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes he like, you know, depending on the album, he'll do all SSL just flat on his first channel sometimes. So I just fell in love with this, you know, flat plugin on everything. It just gave this depth that I'm like, oh yeah, man, that's what I'm looking for. And you know, I really, when I say use it on every plugin, it literally, because
it's the first thing on every channel.
It's the first thing on every channel, because that's kind of what I built.
Yeah. I mean, even looking at the other channels, doesn't look like you got much going on the
channel. No, man.
You got more going on the drums, it looks
than anything. I mean, really, you know, even if I jump over here to keys, outside of that, you know, that's all I have on my keys, man. SSL. That and the SSL, and then one little parallel compression thing.
Wow.
That's it. But, you know, organ, very, very simple.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask, because I love the way the organ, like, it starts out, it's real. You can take us back to that nice little dirty.
It
sounds so
and the funny thing is, Marcus was upset about how dirty the organ sounded. Really? I'm like, no, that's perfect. Let me pull this up in the band. Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
It's like you hear that?
That's character.
That's character.
Now, what did you have on the organ
So on the organ, of course, I have that on top. So then I have this by Abbey Road Studios.
Ooh, okay.
And then I also have this on my organ bottom.
Wow.
And that's it.
Wow.
That's it. It's really this warm organ setting on that bottom. It just
did it.
That just did it for them low ends. It kept the growl, but it didn't make it overbearing in the mix of everything.
That's so cool, because because that's really like the first thing that you're hearing in the record. So that set the precedence for the record. And
Absolutely.
So hearing that's just cool. So what does it sound like dry? What did the organ sound like dry?
So dry, let's take all of this stuff off. Got a little harshness on it. So I'm like, you know, in that moment, I appreciated the grit.
Yeah.
I appreciated that. But I was like, how can I warm it up just a little bit? So already.
Yeah, you're hearing it already.
Putting those back on. And then I'm gonna actually put that one on last. That's what did it for the lows for me. And then just adding a little more low end on that and kind of rolling the top end back a little bit to under 1K, you know.
Wow. Never would have thought it. So just the character, you captured the character well in the recording, and then just putting it in the mix. So 90% of that is just the recording.
90% of it is the recording. If you record it well, you probably don't have to add more than one, maybe two plugins.
I agree with that.
You know, like once you start getting to 3 and 4, that's preference, and it's like
you fixing, not mixing.
You fixing, not mixing. That's exactly what that is, for sure. But out of everything, because even if I go over to, you know, like Sean's aux stuff over here in the blue, you got a couple little, you know, little tape saturations and all that stuff. You know,
wow,
just some little stuff to spruce it up. But outside that, little auto pan stuff. But other than that,
that's pretty much it.
That's legit it.
So back to your drums, like what all of the processes that you kind of doing? Because I mean, if you look at me, I probably do my mixes are probably 90% heavy on the drums as well. Most of I'm doing most of my work at.
Yeah, so for me, it's always starting out with the kick. So I'm an SSL guy.
Yeah.
SSL has just, you know, got it when it comes to the drums itself. So for me, one thing I learned, and I'm not ashamed, they build presets for a reason.
They build them for a reason.
We sell
templates for mixing for a reason.
So no, you do not always have to try to dial in everything, because some, there's some things that you just might not know, but it's like, hey, put this on, see how that sounds, and then kind of play around with the stuff So SSL was my go-to, and then really just to help shape it just a pinch more, to give it just a little more attack on that end. I do that on the kick in, and then of course we had a sub kick on this one, so almost kind of the same thing. I wanted it to match a little bit, so I pretty much just did that. Now, once I got to my actual trigger,
okay,
once again, Yash, shout out.
Yes, sir.
Your drum warehouse.
Wow.
That is that. And then kind of wanting all my kicks to have that same low end presence with that same attack on top.
Yeah.
So getting over to the snares. Yep. SSL. And then, this is something that CJ showed me. I was like, it's kind of actually different, because he's cutting out the frequencies that he don't want.
Yeah.
And then he's dressing them up, on the back end. But I was like, that's kind of different, but it actually made sense.
Yeah.
Once he mixed it in with the snare trigger itself. Wow. And as you can see, all he did was use that one snare.
Wow.
The edge with the rim. That's it. So even if I go to the section with his drums on it, where it's just his snare. Let's do this. So that's just a sample. Wow. But the regular snare by itself sounds just as good.
Yeah. Wow.
So probably the trigger got the most attention from me. So, put a little bit of compression on it. Then I love this chain right here.
Yeah, the multi-band. I love that.
So I use 2 multi-bands and then close it out with the reverb on it.
Interesting. Wow. Nice.
And then rim shot, kind of same thing,
Yep, got everybody's favorite.
Everybody's favorite.
That's my favorite. We call it everybody's favorite for a reason, because it's everybody's favorite.
Right. And of course, that reverb. I really started doing the individual reverb on the channel, because I necessarily didn't want all of the drums to have it. And it was just like, you know what? Let me just put it directly on. I used to do a side chain.
Yeah, I was about to say normally it's a sin, but you'd say just put it on there.
Yeah,
that works sometimes. And at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding. If the mix sound, again, what we're chasing is for it to sound good.
Right, exactly.
Whether I'm doing 15 sins for all of my reverbs or I'm just sticking it straight on the channel.
Now the crazy thing for me is I didn't understand almost like side chaining and sending at first, and I'm like, why do I got all these extra things when I just want it right here?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna put it right there. Yeah. And it works. So of course I did learn finally how to side chain and what it actually does. It's like, okay, cool. But in this sense, I was like, it actually worked.
Yeah.
So, and then for me, the neck, because he had 2 snares, so they weren't even on this song. But once we get to Tom Land, that was kind of my learning curve. And once again, SSL never let me down.
Never let me down.
Never let me down. And then, once again, Avid has a great little shaper EQ.
I love how you're using the stock stuff. That's just dope.
Oh yeah, man. I learned that from the gospel template. It's like, sometimes the stock stuff does what you need to do. And really, it may not be a drastic change, but it could be a subtle change that's like, that's exactly what it is.
Wow.
That's exactly what it is. So I think the other interesting for my toms is once I actually get them to where I want, on this side, once I get to my actual tom bus, then I kind of dress them up a little bit more than, the average with.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. This one right here, absolutely.
That is the industry secret for drums. If y'all don't know, this plugin right here is just everything you need for toms right there.
Everything.
Like that lives on my tom bus. That lives on Yash tom bus. That lives on Blast tom bus.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
on anybody who's mixing anything in gospel. That is on their tom bus. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
Get that plug in.
Absolutely.
Link in the description.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then once again, another multi-band.
Yeah.
That just kind of shapes it. And then the reverb on its own tom thing.
Wow. Yeah. Perfect.
And that literally it, because even my overheads, super simple. I try to keep everything very, very consistent with plugins because, you know, all plugins have a character.
They do.
And it's like, if you're in the family of plugins, kind of stick with that family.
Yeah, that's all I was going to say.
Yeah.
You have, I think the approach that you took is super simple and intuitive because you approached it like, okay, I'm mixing on the console.
Mm-hmm.
So you just put SSL on everything and it's like you're mixing on the SSL console and you have as your pre coming in from your pool tech.
Yep.
So it's like if I'm living in hardware land, that's what that looks like. I got a pool tech over here. I'm running everything through the pool tech, and then it's going straight into the SSL. That's an analog approach to digital mixing.
Yep.
Like that's the way it should be.
Absolutely. For me, and you know, explaining it that way is easier to, you know, of course, a lot of live mix engineers, because they're just like, well, how do you want this, you know, mixed in record land? Well, I'm like, I want it to feel as natural as possible. So we're not doing a whole bunch of coloring before we get there. I need the most direct signal on everything. I don't need any DI boxes that's going to add colors. I don't need any mics that's going to add different colors. You know, because, you know, even for me as a bass player, well, what did you record through? I record through a warm DI. That's it.
Wow. Yeah.
No Avalon, no nothing, because I need the most honest signal from everything.
I love it.
Everything. Because then that gives me the ability to mix it honestly, because it wasn't recorded with any color on it.
So speaking of your bass, what did you do with your bass?
Man, so really, once again, we start here, actually dress it with the CLA 76. I've always used this. This has been my chain for a long time. Wow. A long time. And then a lot of people don't know about this. This is why I don't use the Avalon.
Okay.
Because what I'll do is the Avalon has a natural color to it.
Yeah.
It literally can just change the color of your bass going in just because that's what the nature of the box does.
Yeah.
So with this one, this gives me just enough velvety warmth, or if I want it to go hard and crunch it, you know.
Interesting. Wow.
So for me, I'm like, nah, I was like, I just want a little bit of velvet warmth on this thing. Wow. And that's going to be that.
With that one.
And then close it out with the VEQ.
VEQ is the truth. Yeah. Yeah. That's dope.
And some people are like, well, wait a minute, you did EQ. No, I mean, you did your EQ on the bottom of your chain. Yes, for me. So it's like, I'm thinking preamp, tube separate.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do tube and that together because I need the tube to have its own separate control. Yeah. Versus it being merged together with the, you know, the compressor. Yeah. Compressor, do your thing. Tube, do your own thing. EQ.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Yeah. I love that. No, I mean, it sounds great. So that's all that matters at the end of the day.
That was the approach. Guitars, that's all I have on the guitars.
Wow. Aphex.
That's all. And it's a preset on here called Old Electric Guitar. No, I'm dead serious, man. It has this thing on it that I'm just like, oh my gosh. Where's more stuff at? So if I go here.
Today, I want to introduce to you Loop Elements Pro. This represents a very innovative new way of using loops. And guess what? It's standalone, not only as a plugin, but it's also standalone outside of the DAW, which means you can now use loop elements in your live performance. This isn't just a plugin. It's the ultimate tool for creatives and producers. Whether you're layering loops, creating click track, creating beats, building arrangements, soundscapes, Loop Elements Pro gives you the power to create without limits. Loop Elements Pro is now available. Go get it now.
just got a thing on it.
Yeah. Crazy. I'm gonna try that on this mix. That's crazy.
Man, and it's really just that one plugin. And it's just like, it added this.
Yeah, thing to it.
And really, for me in the mixing game, I don't need it. I don't need the plugin to change the character of what I'm doing. It's just like, you know, kind of give it just a little nudge on what it already is. Because if it's recorded, well, you don't need much, you know.
And that's the biggest thing I learned from people like Yash and people like that hanging around him is that he says that the best mixes come from the best recordings. And even before a good recording, you got to have a good song.
Right.
So none of this matters. The plugins you use matter if the song itself isn't good.
Right.
And like you said, you guys started out with something that was already a good song before you press record.
Right.
And then when you press record, you captured a great recording. And that made the mix just dead simple.
Yeah, very, very simple.
Work hard.
I think when I showed my mix to a couple of my engineer friends, they said the same thing. They're like, "This is all you did?"
That's crazy.
Yeah, you know, because even when I looked at some of your mixes today, I'm like, man, I need to start doing that. I am gonna start doing that.
I ain't got no Grammy noms. You did what you got. You got a Grammy nom. No, I need to be doing what you do.
No.
My reverb on the channel.
No.
That's the problem. If I put my reverb on the channel, I'm going to win a Stellar.
Man,
that's the problem. That's why I haven't won any awards. Is because I'm not putting my reverb on. The next mix, the reverb is going on the channel. I'm not busting nothing. You hear me? I'm not busting nothing. It's going on the channel. And then I'm going to call the Stellars and I'm going to be like, here's the mix. Where's my award? Because I put the reverb on the channel like Morgan did.
Oh my God.
Give me Morgan's award.
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
No,
What's the
man,
problem?
I'm
working too hard.
No, man, you working smart. I'm trying to figure out how to upgrade mine because I'm like, yeah, this is elementary. I need to level up.
No, this is dope. So as far as like your lead vocal, all those things like that, what are you doing?
So for Cardi, once again, him being the great singer that he is, it's here's his channel right here. And, let me just go to where he's like kind of singing kind of crazy.
Lord, I need you to do it right now. I can't wait till tomorrow.
Of course, we're starting
do
there.
it for me.
Then I'm gonna put V comp on there. V comp works very, very well for him.
Lord, if you don't do it,
and then just to get a little bit of the crunch and crackle out of there, because it was some crackle spot, and then the de-esser, and then the verb.
Wow.
And that was it. Now, crazy enough, I love the one knob.
Yeah,
one knob is one of the simplest things. From their reverb to their compressor to their phaser to their overdrive. If you just need a simple thing, one knob is your best bet. If you don't know about frequencies and all that stuff and how to one knob will get you right there. That's cool. And when you listen to it in the mix, you're like, it just sits very, very well.
And then your delay.
Yep. Then I have one of his delay stuff. I'm using H delay along with, this is actually an Avid plugin right here.
So let's stop.
Auto pan.
Auto pan.
Yep.
Wow.
But once again, same starter chain, same all that. And then I added one knob overdrive. That way, if there are certain parts where that overdrive sticks out.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, wow. I love that overdrive sound. So this is with it off.
The distortion does it.
The distortion does it. So if I decided to make it, heavy.
Wow.
So it's just like I wanted to have enough of it to make it feel like how it felt in that room that night.
That's cool. And so basically, you just you chopped those and brought those down into their own lane and stuff.
Yep.
I mean, you pretty much just created a scene. That's the same concept, but it's just you did it more of a producer way, where producer, like when we're producing, we think like that. Well, I'm just gonna create a whole nother lane for this thing, which is nothing wrong with that. I think it works. Yeah, I think it works.
It gives me actually less lines to look at. I know that's crazy.
Yeah, no, for real.
It gives me less lines to look at, and I can legit go right to that channel, do what I need to do it.
Because you're trying to move fast, and you're trying to get it. Like, who has time to sit there and automate those delayed throws? You know, I got to sit there and wait for that part, and then I got to try to get it exactly right. You know, push the fader up, and there's an art to it. I watch Blast do it. I do automation like that all the time. I watched Yash do it, Blast do it, but you know, sometimes it's just quicker when you just got an idea, and I want to delay on a channel that just distorts.
Right.
That's all I wanted to do. Just in this one part of the song, just chop it, drop it down, and just put the plug in on there and just call it a day.
And then it's a done deal. And I ain't got nothing else to worry about.
That's smart.
Cause like you said, sometimes creating the scenes, then creating the automation, that's time.
That's time.
And you know, I don't always feel like doing it.
Yeah.
So sometimes there's no wrong equation to do.
There's no right.
It's just the process of some people, 1 + 2. And some are 5 - 5 - 3.
Yeah.
You know.
whatever gets you to the number, whatever gets you to the equal.
Whatever gets you to the other side of the equal sign. Man. You know, and like you said, the goal is to have, number one, a good song.
Yes.
Good recorded files and a good mix.
What about BGVs? Did you do anything special with those?
Very easy. Once again, start off all that, and then I did with my BGVs.
You have everybody using the pool test.
It's just the concept, man, and so pretty much had all of them. Now the funny thing is, you're probably like, why are they paying all over?
Yeah,
because that's actually how they were standing on stage.
Wow.
So my thing is, if anybody were ever to see a video of this and they saw this one, that soprano one, that was Keisha wasn't singing over to the left.
Yeah.
She was over to the right.
Wow.
But Eric was far right on the back row.
Wow. So you literally mixed the stage.
I mixed the stage.
I love that.
I mixed the stage. So really just on top of that, I busted out to the RVox comp for them, add a little bit of SSL EQ. And
Kramer, I hadn't seen that one in a minute. Wow.
And it just worked on them.
Yeah.
It worked on them like pure gold.
Wow.
So it added just enough of that, room, but that's them dry. So, add it back in.
Wow.
It gives it enough of that room throw that I was looking for.
That's crazy.
So that was the I'm always feeling as if, the plugins are all preference.
Yeah.
It's all preference. So it's like, if you know what sound you want to go for, and it doesn't have to be a UAD plugin.
No.
It's just, some people know how to use Waves versus IK Multimedia. Some people know how to use straight Pro Tools, Avid stuff,
Wow.
So for me, it was a matter of finding the exact concept I wanted and saying, okay, here are the plugins that can do it. Which plugin does it the best?
That's so unique.
And that was that. So even on my master bus, start off with the API 560.
Okay.
VComp, CLA.
Okay.
And this one is the
this
one is the which one is this one? This is the Unplugged.
Unplugged. Okay. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah.
And
that's the vibe.
Then close it out.
Pro L.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Never would have thought it. I mean, that's solid.
Is for some odd reason, that is what found the sweet spot for everything I needed for, and that's the master bus chain for every song on this album.
Wow. Because you mixed the whole record
mixed the whole
basically
record.
in this session.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
That is another thing. You know, I feel like if I'm doing a live album, I need everything to be consistent from start to finish.
Got it.
So every song from that night is in one session. And of course, once I'm working on it, then I'll just label it a different thing.
Yeah.
Because once I get my mix right on that first song,
it's the template for the rest.
It's the template for the rest of the album.
That's good. Yeah. I know so many people that I know so many other engineers that do that as well. So that's not a bad way to do it.
Yeah. Now for a studio record with multiple songs, of course I'll do it differently. But you know, if I'm doing a live record, it's got to be song 1 and song 3 shouldn't be that much complete difference.
I love it. Man, this is cool, man. So any other thing in the mix that mixed it up?
The audience is really
you guys want to tell
the audience is really what makes stuff like this special, because I didn't not highlight them. And I kept as much of it as possible.
Yeah.
So really, you know, that's why I said Cardi didn't do no overdubs.
Wow.
Because I wanted to keep what happened in that room that night as true as possible.
Wow.
You know, there's a plugin to fix everything except heart.
Ooh, you can say that again.
There is a plugin to fix everything but heart. There is no plugin that has been able to make a person sing different, feel different, whatever.
Yeah.
We can fix any wrong note.
Yeah.
So my whole vision, and when I say every lead vocalist on this album didn't do no overdubs, Tim Rogers, Kim, Lisa.
Yeah.
Nobody
did. Y'all
did.
Do any like vocal tuning?
I did vocal tuning.
Okay.
That was it. Because once again, I can fix a wrong note.
Yeah.
But what I can't fix is the energy that you felt that night in that room.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's nothing I can do to change that. And when their energy and synergy matched with everything that was going in the studio to try to fix it for what? Nah, I can fix a wrong note. No, I want to sing it over. No, because you're not going to sing it like it was that night.
Man.
And I think that's kind of something I'm going to keep as I go further in production and in the producer seat. I want people to be able to walk away and say, I'm done.
Yeah. I love that.
I don't, you know, we've gotten to the comfortable bed of saying, oh yeah, I'll just fix it in post. You know, Kevin Bond put a statement up the other day saying, you know, how many of y'all will be called geniuses if your demos were released? So let's actually take the time to be ready for your live recording.
Yes.
Because if the people are coming for that experience, I believe that's the experience.
That's the experience that they want.
They should have. They shouldn't have a manufactured perfect version of your album, because we're not a perfect people. We're imperfect creatures, and there's no such thing as a perfect performance. So why are we striving for something that we'll never have in the first place?
Wow.
Let's give a believable, realistic experience. So that way, if somebody was able, like, oh yeah, that happened, versus I was there and they definitely didn't sing that.
Exactly.
Because people do that now. They're like, oh yeah, he definitely didn't sing that. Oh yeah. And the consumers, there are not unintelligent consumers. They know when something has been done over.
Exactly.
They know.
Yeah.
That's just the way the world is. They're like, oh yeah, he auto-tuned that. It's like,
they know it now. Cats out the bag. Man, this is amazing, man. Just to see basically the simplicity of the recording down to the simplicity of the mix, and the fact that this is the one that's getting you all the awards, all of the accolades, all of the this, that, and the other, man. So like, I love it, man. Like I said, I learned a whole lot watching this, especially like that I need to put my reverb on the channel so I can get.
He's not going to start doing that, y'all. He's
Lord,
not.
Listen, Lord, do it for me. That's the it. That's the it for me.
He's not gonna start doing that.
That's the do it for me. Do it for me. I'm gonna put the reverb on the channel, and Lord, do it for me. Grammy Award like on the wall here, Lord. Just do it for me. If I be obedient.
He's not gonna start. I won't let him start doing that. I won't let you start doing that. You're way more proficient in this than I am.
Man, nah. But I love it, man. Thank you so much for sharing this amazing song.
Oh yeah,
this
man.
amazing work, man, that you did. You put in the time, the effort, the work. This is really, really dope to see. And I know that you've been, now blessed to work with Cardi on another record.
Yeah, man.
And so obviously you did your good thing to where he called you to do the next one.
Yeah, man. It's Ibar Chapter 1. It's already out. You can go download it right now. Some great songs that are on there featuring Jacqueline Carr is on there. Oh my God, Crystal Rucker is on there. It's just go grab it. It's a great record.
Awesome, man.
Absolutely wonderful.
Well, we appreciate you guys for hanging out with us and watching. Make sure that you guys go follow Morgan. Will put his information down in the description of the video so you guys can connect with him if you want him to mix something for you, record something, MD something, come bake some brownies at your crib. The boy just does everything from what we understand. I think his wife got she pull up to the gig and she cut everybody's hair as well. Like that's like legit verified. Like they literally. Like she comes to MD, he comes to MD, she comes with the barber and she cuts everybody up. So he's literally one-stop shop, fellas. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all connect with him, follow him. And then you guys, what you can also do for us, the only thing you can do for us is do the stuff that you normally do on the video. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about it. And I'll talk to you guys on the next one. I'm out. Holla at you, boy.